Hello, I want to talk about dividing a rational expression, and I'm going to use an example here, x to the third plus 5x plus 7 divided by x plus 2. So we're going to rewrite this in a different form, and I want you to notice that this is one polynomial, the third degree polynomial in the numerator, divided by the linear term in the denominator, that's x plus 2. Now, before I do this, I want to solve a similar problem, and let's make an analogy between the two. So 91 divided by 6. Let's write that in a different form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use long division. Now, I know this isn't the problem we're doing, but it's very similar in terms of how we're going to rewrite the expression. So 91 divided by 6 really is this. We can write it as a long division problem. Let's go ahead and divide. So for long division, you look at the 6 and you look at the first term of the divisor, which is 9. So 6 goes into 9 one time, so you put a 1 right above the 9, and then you multiply. 1 times 6 is 6. You draw a line and you subtract and you get 3 and you carry down 1. Okay, we're not done yet. Now, how many times does 6 go into 31? Well, 6 doesn't go into 3, but it does go into 31 5 times, and that's because 6 times 5 is 30. So 5 times 6 is 30. We're going to put this right here, and we're going to subtract, and we're done. We have a remainder of 1, and we know we're done because there's no more digits to the right of 91 to carry down, so we know we have to stop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the top here. 91 divided by 6 is 15, plus 1/6. So we've written 91 over 6 in a different form, 15 plus 1 over 6. Now let's get back to the rational expression, okay? I'm going to use polynomial long division. Same situation, okay, except that we're using polynomials. But looking at the numbers really helps you to understand what you're doing. So I'm going to put the x plus 2 on the outside. On the inside, I'm going to write x cubed, and I have to put a 0x squared here, okay? Because there's no x squared term, and because there's no x squared term, you still need a placeholder, okay? Now I'm going to continue plus 5x, so there's an x term, 5x, and then plus 7, so that's going to be the constant, okay? Extend that a little bit. Okay, so now let's do polynomial long division. And the way you do that is you look at the x on the left here from x plus 2. You look at the x and you look at x to the third under the radical, the division symbol. So x goes into x cubed, x squared times. Now I'm putting the x squared on top of the x squared underneath the division symbol here, just to let you know. So let's go ahead and multiply. Now, x squared times x is x to the third. That's what we wanted. Okay, we want these to be the same, x to the third and x to the third. And now we're going to take the x squared multiplied by the 2. So that's going to be plus 2x squared. Now we're going to subtract. You have to be careful when you subtract here, okay? We'll subtract vertically. So x cubed minus x cubed is 0. Now, I'm not going to put a 0 below. Now, let's go on to the x squared terms. Well, we have 0x squared minus 2x squared. So that's going to come out to be negative 2x squared. And I'm going to bring down the 5x. I'm going to put plus 5x. Okay, good. So that's one cycle. We're going to do more. Now we look at the x up here in the x plus 2. Ask ourselves, how many times is x going to negative 2x squared? Well, that's going to be negative 2x, and you'll see why when I multiply them. Because remember, they have to be the same after I multiply them. Okay, so it's going to be negative 2x there. Okay, now let's multiply. Negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. Okay, and then negative 2x times 2 is negative 4x. Okay, we're going to subtract again. We're almost done. Negative 2x squared minus negative 2x squared is 0. Okay, that first subtraction should always be 0. Otherwise, you didn't do something right. Okay, and then let's look at 5x, take away negative 4x. So that's going to be 9x. So be really careful there. Okay, it's 5x. I'll write it over here. 5x, take away, and then we had the negative 4x. We're subtracting 4x, so that's like saying negative 4x. So that's where we get the 9x, because subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding. Okay, so we did that. Now let's bring down the 7. That's the last term we can carry down, so I know we're almost done here. Okay, now let's look at the x up here to the left in x plus 2. How many times is x going to 9x? Well, that's going to be plus 9. And let's multiply. 9 times x plus 2. Okay, that's going to be 9x plus 18. And when you subtract, of course, 9x minus 9x is 0. That's what we wanted to have happen. And 7 take away 18 is negative 11. So we're going to use the work we just did to write this in a different form. That's the problem we were just given. We were asked to write it in a different form. So x squared minus 2x plus 9, and then we're going to have plus the remainder. So I'm going to put negative 11 divided by the divisor, which is x plus 2. Okay? And that's the answer. You can also write the answer like this: x squared minus 2x plus 9 minus 11 all over x plus 2. So here's one possible answer, and writing it like this should be okay too. Okay, so there you go. That's it.